What's up, insane rhetoric? What's up? What's up? What's up? You know what time it is. The world is upside down. We're trying to make it right side up. We are about to have an awesome show. You know what it is. Listen, this is some funny stuff right here. This is the man cave with a different type of man in the cave. So, yo, you know what it is. We finna go get it. We finna go get it. We finna go get it.
Well, get
What's
it
up?
then.
What's up, Ice? How you doing this morning? What's good, Ice?
Good morning, y'all. I'm in the
Morning.
man cave.
Ah, yeah.
Wait, wait a minute, y'all. I tried not to be in the man cave, but
Woo.
apparently I'm that girl that it's okay that if I'm coming in the man cave,
Listen,
uh,
do your thing, hang low, do it wobble to and fro. Do you flying in the back? Is it black or is it gold?
okay, I'm sorry. Not sorry. Okay.
Ah, let's get in it, man. Let's get in. So,
Wow.
so what we gonna
Wow.
talk about this morning? What we gonna talk about this morning, co-host? What we got yanking off today? What's happening?
So we're in the man cave. Okay, y'all know we talk about a lot of different issues, whether they be serious, whether they be funny, whether they just be whack. Oh, so but and
Yeah.
so today we one of our viewers went to the Real Talk page and suggested that we talk about men's health.
Yeah.
We thought it was a really, 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 really good topic, and so we're supposed to be in the man cave talking about men's health. I really don't know how much I can contribute to this, but I will try to be in the man cave talking about men's health because I'm a woman.
I mean, I mean, when you think about it, I mean, is you have dealt with some people in your life, you some men in your life probably that you had to try to coach and get to go to the doctor because they didn't want to go do it on their own, and I'm gonna tell you like two of these things don't belong here. Our co-host, but she's gonna go ahead and step in and fill the gap, and then usually we talk about black men because they are the ones that usually doesn't go see the doctor. So our boy token white guy up here, you know what I'm saying? He's a guy, so he might have that same perspective from his ethnicity. But the funny thing about all this is it's like, black men, they don't go see the doctor until they see Jesus come visit them. They like, yeah, Jesus came to my room last night. I guess I better go see the doctor. You know what I'm saying? So it's a stigma because so much stuff has happened to black men down through the years. And we'll get into that. But that's pretty much what it is. So hey, we ready to go ahead and get in it. So let's jump off this conversation. Where we gonna start, fellas? Where we gonna start?
Okay, well, let's talk about that though. Why? Let's talk more about the experiences. Cause see, this is a whole she shared episode. I could see because I could tell you why black women don't go to the hospital. I mean, don't
Mm-hmm.
go to the doctor. But let's talk about why. What is the stigma? Like, what is it going on that men don't want to go to the doctor? What is that?
I think it's the fact that not coming from my background, my ethnicity. I think it's the fact that a lot of guys know what down through the history what people have done to black men. So when you talk about the Tuskegee experiment, you know what I'm saying, where you had all these guys come out of the military, and then the military pumped them up with different diseases like syphilis and all this to see how they would react to these things. I think down through the years that has been some of the stigmatism that has been placed in black men's minds about why they don't want to go. They don't really trust who they go to, and at the time you didn't have a lot of you didn't have a lot of black physicians during those times. But now it should be a little better because now you do have more black physicians and other ethnicities that's not just the white physician. So you can take that a little, you can take that pill a little better. It's just like an Asian doctor, and I ain't got no smoke with an Asian doctor or anything, but I went to a doctor one time and he was Asian, and dude told me I was overweight. Dude, I am 6'2", and freaking 275 pounds. I mean, 225 pounds. You telling me I'm overweight? No, sir. That's by your calendar. That ain't by the standard. You talking about you need to be like 165, 170. No, I would look like a crackhead. No. So they don't know how to fit in what you should be like because of their frame. They base it off of their calendar and what they are, and that's not healthy.
So is the medical calendar for weight, is that based on, you're saying that that's based on a Caucasian structure?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Do we have proof of that? Do I need to go look for
You
proof
can
of
go
that?
look it up.
Because I know you like to say
I'm
stuff.
curious to know that as well.
Yeah, I mean, because I'm saying that because you are always trying to fit into this one point, this one box of what a person should look like. That's just like saying here, okay, think about it. Beauty is super thin, white face, blonde hair. That's not all beauty. You can't say that that's just beauty for everybody, and everybody's frame is going to be different. Now, I not everybody who knows me know I ain't overweight. I mean, but if they see me at 160 pounds, my height, they'll be like, "Oh, what's going on with him?" You know what I'm saying? Because they ain't used to seeing me like that. You know what I'm saying? If you tell me to get down to 150, 160 pounds so I can be healthy, I am unhealthy.
Right. Let me ask you a question because I've seen you in person. What was your weight? You said
I'm 225.
Okay. Yeah, so my health, I considered myself overweight. I was 260 pounds at one point. And I weighed in today, this morning. I stepped on the scale just out of curiosity, and I was 213. And I was like, I've come down to a weight. I'm still over 200 pounds, but I'm also 6'2". And it's like, I'm where I need to be. I'm where I want to be. I can put on weight and muscle, by going to the gym and stuff like that.
But that's what I'm saying. Everybody's frame is different. Like your build is not like my build. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I only have 3% body fat.
What?
like it's like because I work out, I try to stay healthy, I try to do what I need to do and eat right, you know what I'm saying, as much as possible. So I mean, you might not do the things that I do, but my body fat is only 3%.
Yeah.
You 260. I have never been 260. The highest I would ever go for my frame to look solid is 225 to 230. I would never go over that because I know my frame. But everybody's structure is different. Snoopy might be something totally different. You know what I mean?
I was a 250. That looked like I thought I was healthy.
Mm-hmm.
But when I went to the doctor, she was an Indian doctor, and I couldn't stand her. Didn't like her at all. She called me fat. I was fat, but I said I didn't want to see I was fat. So
right.
But when I past year I lost a lot of weight. I was going down to 188. I said, "Wow, I like this."
Mm-hmm.
So I'm staying at 188.
Mm-hmm. So. And then, like I say, you can build around that because you 188. Like I know who Snoopy is. So I mean, I know him. He's not a tall guy. So 188 makes him he feels out. You know what I'm saying? So he don't have to put a lot of weight on to look solid because he's a shorter guy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's all based on your frame. You can't put everybody in the same box.
No.
Nope.
So Snoopy, tell us your story. Why you here? I heard you had an important story to tell us about Men's Health.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. What it do?
Is that right, Ice? Is that right?
What it do?
What it do?
Okay, about I said 5 years ago, I was diagnosed with diabetes. I said, no, I'm not. Then I started gaining weight. You know, I said, I didn't see it, you know. They tried to put me on pills. I said, I ain't taking those pills. I'm healthy. And back to your question about the black man don't want to go to the doctor, it's true. Because it wasn't, with me, I said, it shows this kind of weakness. Because I'm healthy. I don't need a doctor. I don't need that. You know, so my wife, God bless her soul, she made me go to the hospital. And I'm so glad she did. Because about a year ago, I had jaundice. Jaundice is when your whole skin turns yellow and your urine turns brown. So when I saw that, when I saw a dark yellow, I said, oh, too much soda. So I cut out soda. Still there. Then it started turning brown. I said, uh-oh. Then my wife said, what's wrong with you, boy? And Ronnie knows how Jackie is. You gotta go to the doctor. I said, why? You gotta go to the doctor. You don't piss off Jackie. You don't piss her off at all.
That's a no-go.
Because she might be, she's a preacher, but she'll cuss you out.
Yeah, she'll go there with you.
So I went there and they told me I had jaundice. And I saw, and they said, you have a mass on your pancreas. I said, a what? On my where? A pancreas. I said, okay, check it out. So they checked it out and they said I had cancer on my pancreas. I said, oh, okay. You know, I know it affected Jackie affected Jackie a whole lot, but she didn't show any emotions. Okay. I said, oh, okay, cancer. And it's pancreatic cancer. That's the most aggressive cancer that's out there. Because you might have it and you don't even know it. Because I had it and I didn't even know it. So after they did 2 tests, I was sitting down with the physician, 2 physicians. They gave me the pros and cons. They said, you got to get this operation or you're going to die. I just looked at him. I said, okay, that's cool. And Jackie, I look at Jackie, he said, I saw the look in her eyes. So I said, I'm going to do it. She was scared, of course. And we didn't tell anybody for about 2 months. Because when they hear it, when a church family hears your story, oh my God, death sentence. You got, instead of about a year to live, you got 2 months to live. Literally 2 months to live. And now while I was had this cancer inside me, I started saying I want to work out because I said I'm kind of big. I was already big, but I want to lose some weight. So I started walking and I started losing a lot of weight quickly in about a week. I think it was about 20 to 50 pounds in 1 week. That's not normal.
Heck no.
Ice, what's wrong?
This is riveting. Keep going.
Jesus, yeah. I think I gotta go see about myself.
I didn't think about it, Then I started losing weight and I started looking like a crack addict. Literally. Then I went to the bathroom. I saw blood in my urine. I said, oh, Jesus. A few minutes later, I saw blood in my stool. I said, oh, Jesus Christ, look at this.
Black Jesus, come and heal me.
Yeah. Okay.
I just want y'all to wait. Hold that thought. I want y'all to like, subscribe, and follow. Y'all know this is Insane Rhetoric. And, we're laughing, but this is serious. And this is why we have him telling this story because, we're years down the road now. And what was terrifying for him, he can now look back and see.
Absolutely. And
some humor in it.
Yeah.
And that's healing. So keep going.
Okay. Where was that? Okay. Losing weight. Losing weight.
Blood in the stool.
Blood in the stool.
That's a good name for a group. Blood in the stool.
Look,
But
we
it's
know
true.
we know where you was at.
Right,
Keep
we ain't
going.
open to get that part.
Okay, so went to the doctor. I had follow up. Said, you have to get this operation. So I had to get a stent. I don't know. Wait, they put it somewhere on me. They put it, I think, on my chest. They put a port inside me. When you have to take chemo, you get a port because they can't put the chemo inside your veins.
Right.
They got to have another place to do that.
Yeah.
They put that port inside me. It hurt for a while, but I felt like Iron Man because he had that breastplate. Yeah. Okay. After that, who's laughing?
We all are smiling and laughing. You talking about Iron
Okay.
Man?
Yeah.
You can't
That's
talk
what I
about Iron Man in the same sentence as Cal, so we gonna laugh.
But remember, he got shot. He was full of lead, so But after I got sent in, they talked to me again. There was a whole bunch of talking back and forth. They talked about giving me a Whipple operation. Got that. I love my doctor because he was so personable and caring. And this other guy, the other elderly doctor, excuse me, why did call? Was so sorry, my phone is buzzing. It's really Jackie. She knows I'm in here, but I guess I woke her up. But after the consultation, they explained to me the good parts and the bad parts about it, and how much they had to take out my gallbladder and about a third of my pancreas. And they said, you might have to take insulin because if you don't have a gallbladder, you can't produce gall. But backtrack, when I had jaundice, my gallbladder started excreting gall in my whole body. That's when my skin turned yellow. So they gave me medication for that. The day of operation, I was in the operation room, the ICU for about 12 hours. 12 hours. I thought I was in there about 5, but I was out. I'm sorry, Jackie. I woke my wife up.
Oh, we sorry, Jackie.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
We sorry.
You better
Okay.
repent for that, waking up your wife.
Yeah.
I don't know why you waking up your wife. Don't
I
be doing that.
I was talking so loud, sorry.
Oh,
But
I'm not
I
to
was,
wake up grandmama.
see, we waking up Jackie and woke up Grandma.
We're pissing off women right now.
I know.
They making
But,
me be in the man cave. Like, oh no.
Hey, welcome to Insane Rhetoric.
yeah.
This is what it's all about.
Fuck it, I don't care.
Well, go ahead, Snoopy.
Okay. After the operation, I stayed in operation, the ICU for 7 days.
Wow.
Yeah. I was in pain. I had the good drugs. Those good drugs. Those
Sure.
because I'm in a VA. Those very good drugs you don't get on the street. They get those real drugs.
I'm sure.
You get that good stuff when you're in the VA.
That's
Yeah,
that good.
Yeah, right. Then after 7 days, they put me to another room, and I had 2 tubes kept sticking out because it was excreting some stuff out of my system. Had to keep that for about a good, I think about 2 weeks. And this was going through COVID at the same time.
Wow. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Then when we finally told everybody, Ron, you get to test to this. Everybody said, "Oh my God, he's going to die.
Wow.
He's going to die."
They didn't start praying first. They just immediately started talking about he's gonna die. This
Right.
the church people.
No, not all of them, but
Not all.
most of them. But he's going to die because I have cancer.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had to prove them wrong. And while this was going on, I wasn't scared at all. I said, I'm going to be all right.
Mhm.
I said, I'm going to get past this, make y'all alive. So,
It's kind of
uh,
it's kind of funny because like when I heard about Snoopy, what people don't know is me and Snoopy do a lot of music gigs in St. Louis together. So Snoopy is one of the prominent bass players in St. Louis. He's requested everywhere. I mean, so and he usually brings me on as his drummer if he has some things that's going on with him and me vice versa. But one thing we have always been real cool with each other. And when I heard about it and he talked to me, I treated Snoopy just like nothing was going on, because I already knew
right.
when he found out when he started telling everybody else what was going on, that they was gonna do exactly what they was gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling that dude calling was like, hey man, you practice today? You got somewhere to be? You coming out to play? What's up? I'm just like, ain't nothing happening because he don't need the negativity. He needs somebody to keep pushing him. You know what I'm saying? And that's
Right.
the thing with people. They always think that, oh, you finna do this, you don't go down here. Man, listen, don't nobody want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? They need to hear something that's positive and uplifting. And that's the way me and his relationship stayed. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, just hey, what's up? You gonna get out, we going to hit, you got something going on, let me know, and that's what I think that he needed. And that's one of the things I think that help propel him, because then when you got people talking bad and don't expect you don't want to be around them people. And me and him have been around each other for years. So I would refuse to be one of them type of people. If something was to happen to any of us, I wouldn't change my demographic on how I treat you because you're going through something. If you make a friend is a friend to the end, no matter what they're going through.
That's
So
right. That's right.
yeah.
Uh, but yeah, while COVID was going around, I couldn't have contact with anybody because my immune system was completely gone. So I stayed in the house. I stayed in the house for I think about 2 to 3 weeks at home doing nothing. I was watching Netflix, Amazon Prime, and everything. I was weak. Oh, I was weak, but my faith was strong. I said, "There's nothing wrong with me." Then what really surprised me, my friend Alaric Anderson took it upon himself to get a bunch of people together and have a service for me. I said, "Oh my God, they actually love me." But why would they take so long to do this for somebody you love? Why? Tell me that.
Yeah.
Because I've been playing for about 30 years,
Yeah.
mainly in the church.
Yeah.
And I see these other people get appreciation services every other year,
Yeah.
And I'm just a regular musician. Why don't you give me some gratitude? I wasn't really looking for it. I didn't
Right.
care.
Just the point of it.
Right.
In the city of St. Louis, man, musicians are so iffy because like it depends. It's like if you ain't this one that's always doing it all the time and out in front of everybody, then they don't know you. But when they need somebody and somebody recommends you, like they be like, oh man, I don't, it's crazy. And musicians in St. Louis, they don't appreciate you until you dig it. So because you was near death, we gonna give them a
Yeah, I was in there. Yeah, I guess. But yeah,
Crazy.
speaking of musicians, I was a guy that you can't find nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't find nobody else.
Mm-hmm. And that's crazy because
I
he's
said,
one of the best
Snoopy,
bass players
go
in
get
St.
Snoopy.
Louis.
He can do it. I said, yeah, you can do it. And some of these churches out here wouldn't pay you your worth.
Yep.
They'll pay you $25. Ronnie, help me out with that.
Oh, yeah,
$25.
Yeah.
$25.
You know, but
And
you know, I got a different type of spirit. I'll be like, nope.
but so I do it because I love to play. I don't care.
I know it. I love
You
to
know,
play too, but I love my
yeah.
pocket. Not
But
being able to
I
use
looked at what's your budget look like. I know your budget, but tell me what your budget. I said,
it. Yeah.
I said, okay, I'll do it for you, but give me some gas. At least give me some gas money and feed me.
Yeah.
Feed me. I got camera equipment. I said, oh my God. And my
Yeah.
wife didn't like that. He said,
It's crazy.
these people don't pay you.
So
But-
I got a question. I got a question for Matt. Like, well, he says he's the token white guy. I'm sorry. So, like, how does your ethnicity feel about going to the doctor? Is it people that are in your race that actually don't choose to go to the doctor? They're scared to death, or because I just know Black men are not the only ones that's in that. Our problem is, yeah, it's high, but like, and then also I think the point of it is like Medicare for Blacks is like crazy. It's hard, at certain times it was hard to get into, and it was so astronomically high that deterred a lot of people from going to. But what do you say about that?
Yeah, I'll tell you this. I've seen it, and I'm gonna use my grandma and grandpa as an example. I'll give you a really quick one. I did not want to go to the dentist last week. I went, and I had not been in 3 years to the dentist. And I was terrified. I'm like, they're going to tell me I got this and that, and I'm going to have all these issues. I chew nicotine. I'm going to be in big trouble. I'm going to have something that I don't want to do. But I went, everything was clean. My grandma hates going to the doctor. And God bless her. But my mom and uncle, like literally, she was fighting tooth and nail not to go. They took her because she was having a fever. She had like pneumonia and she was not doing well. And then they found out through that process that she needed a quadruple bypass heart surgery that saved her life. But she fought it. And then my grandpa, he was most stubborn guy stuck in his ways. But, as a white male, if I have insurance and stuff like that, I want to go. But right now I told you I'm starting a new job, so I don't have insurance that kicked in, so I paid $225 for a teeth cleaning. But I decided to go because I'm like, I care about my personal health, and I want to make sure that I'm taking care of myself the best way I can at this time. So
And that's what's up. Like, so my thing is, like, you said something about insurance, and that struck a chord with me because it's a lot of people in Black society that like down through the years that could not afford it. It was either pay insurance or eat. You know what I'm saying? And that's a hard life decision. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't getting with the income that you need to be able to do both. So now my co-host could probably actually attest to some of the things, because you think about it, she was I know she don't mind me saying this, she raised her kids on her own. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty sure down through the years, as she was dealing with things and having to help her kids to grow, she had to make crazy decisions. Can you say something to that sister about, maybe you had to have some of those struggles, maybe you didn't, or you knew somebody?
Yeah, you make decisions about whether or not you're going to buy this piece of clothing, or the food or the doctor. And then so when there is an emergency that hits, that's a doctor thing, you have to go do that.
Mm-hmm.
So now something's going to be lost
Mm-hmm.
with the rest of that. I think I told that story a long time ago, season 1, about the beans,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I remember that.
the baked beans. I got this horrible recipe for black baked beans that my children to this day, it turns their stomach even when they don't eat it. They just tell the story. But I had budgeted for the whole month, but some things came up, and well, at the end of the month, it was only these black beans, and I had to figure out how to make these black beans every day so that they could eat. So, but they always went to the doctor. I didn't.
See, and that was so you was putting your children's health even before yours.
Right. So like I said, this really can go in the she shed, but there are a lot of different reasons why women, specifically Black women, don't like to go to the doctor. So in my case, first of all, I was going to do whatever I had to do for my kids first, for my children first, not kids, because kids is a goat. For my children first. That was the first thing. But second of all, if I did have to go to the doctor, I was always humiliated as a Black woman when I went. And I was always mistreated when I got on the gynecological table with the forceps and crap. I'm getting a little graphic right now, but I was always mistreated. Well, I was damn near raped. Okay. Because, they stuff them things in there forcefully because they think you a slut. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, well, I said it. I'm not sorry.
What was you saying, man? Right, yeah. What was you gonna say?
Go ahead, talking white guy.
No, I was gonna ask for like your side, like, dude, that sounds really graphic. Like that sounds like
you're not treated well as a Black woman. You're not treated well when you go to the doctor. Especially if you have a male doctor. Like there's all these preconceived notions about who you are and what you do that come into the room with you, and your health problem is ignored. And even though it may not be physically said, it might not be verbally said. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's not verbally said, but it's implied. And so you're uncomfortable, and so you just won't do that until you just have to.
And that's what Snoopy was saying about what he wasn't going to do. Like when he started his story, he was talking about how he had noticed that they went to the doctor and he developed diabetes. And he was like, yeah, I ain't taking no medicine. I ain't taking no pills. Because in your mind, it's like, what are you trying to do? You don't know me. I know me, but you're trying to learn me. That's the thing.
So there's a preconceived notion about African Americans too with regards to diabetes, because I do have diabetes. I do take the pills. I was diagnosed with it. I went to the hospital for something totally different. I went into the emergency room for something totally different. To this day, I still don't know what was the problem for that. They fixed it with Benadryl. So I was allergic to I had an allergic reaction, but the why and all of that, I never got to this day. Okay. But in the middle of all of that, because they were doing all this testing so that they could figure out what was wrong with me. And in the middle of all this testing, they came back with, oh, you have diabetes. I was walking around with a number it was like 280 something.
Golly.
Okay. So they kept me in the hospital for maybe like a day or two. And when they decided it was time for me to eat, the dietitian, she's going to teach me how to eat, because I'm a big girl. I'm fabulous. Anyway, me and Lizzo. Okay. Oh, yeah. Anyway, Anyway, she gonna teach me how to eat. So she gives me this menu for me to order my food, and I order what I want. And she says, you know, you don't eat like that. It's a white woman. It was a white woman. She said, you know, you don't eat
Anyone.
like that. And I said, what are you talking about? And there was someone sitting there with me who said, oh, yes, she does. That's what she eat. And she looked surprised. And she said, you sure? Is that what you want? It was simply a sandwich, but it was on multigrain bread, and it was just, you know, vegetables, you know, roasted vegetables on this. And she was like, are you sure? Yes, that's what I want. Just, I don't want the rest of that. Okay. She came back later and she was still talking to me about the African American culture and how they, you know, I'm going to have to stop eating pork. And the person I was with said, but she don't eat that.
Yeah. I mean,
You know, so there's all these preconceived notions about what African Americans are going to eat.
yeah.
And, you know, how we're going to smoke and we're going to drink and we're going to eat fat foods like we still on the plantation eating some chitlins because that's all that's left after Massa ate everything else. Oh, I'm sorry.
But
Not
that's what
sorry.
they, yeah, but that's what they fed us. That's what y'all left.
That's
we-
all was left. And we made
we made
lemonade,
do
didn't
with
we?
that. Yeah, we
We
made
made
do with
lemonade
that.
because
You
we
know what
smart
I'm
like
saying?
that. Oh, I'm sorry,
Exactly.
talking white guy, but
I mean,
no, not sorry.
But see, that's the crazy part. You expect my health to be bad because of what you made me eat down through the
Right.
years, and then when I don't fit into that box again, now you got something to say. Because some people are just naturally like what like the comedians say, fluffy.
Yeah.
Fat 'em
You know what I'm saying? They structure is built for that. If
So
you see a big guy or a big girl and they get thin, but they've been that size all their teenage years and most of their adult life, and it ain't causing them health. They're structured for that to carry that. And if you slim it, then you're gonna be looking like what's going on.
well,
I'm not gonna lie, I was laughing my ass off when we were on the show last week and we were talking about Church's chicken.
Oh my
You're like,
goodness.
I don't eat chicken. That's one of the biggest stereotypes for black people. It's like fried chicken, watermelon,
And I don't. And I don't.
That's what I'm gonna have for breakfast. Fuck it, I'm going-
And it's not that I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? My thing was when you're in a black household and everybody that's black on this panel could probably attest to it. Don't take no offense, token white guy.
Oh my
But
God,
when
here
you're in
we
a
go.
black
Here we
household,
go.
when you're in a black household and you go to black church, now that would be the difference between Ice down there because she didn't go to a black church like that.
I don't know what's wrong. I did go to a black church, but yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't do all of that, y'all.
But
We did some of that, but we didn't do all of that.
But see, what
Okay.
I'm saying is, like when you eat chicken at home, then you go to church for 8 hours and stay over and eat chicken at the
Yeah,
church.
we didn't do all that.
Then
We
you
went to
go
church for
back,
1 hour, and then we went home
you
and ate our chicken.
Yeah, but then you go back home and you gotta eat chicken through the duration of the week. You get burnt out on chicken. And I just got burnt out on chicken.
And we always had our vegetables, especially at Thanksgiving and Christmas.
like I mean, it ain't the fact that I don't like it. I just got tired of it. Anything you get tired of, you're gonna be like, I don't want to do that no more. You know what I'm saying? It's just
I'm burnt out on that shit.
yeah, it's just like people in church, period. You know what I'm saying? When they was drugged to church, and I do mean drugged to church. When they got to the age of like, I'm gonna bounce, I don't want to have nothing to do with that no more. I can make my own decisions. yeah, they pretty much shook out. They probably came back later when they was 40 and 50 and find out how life was really kicking their tail. And they like, you know what? Grandmama told me this, and I'm gonna go back to church. But they checked out for a while. They got tired of it. Just being honest.
You know y'all getting off subject, right?
No,
Okay.
I'm just saying. So
Okay.
so all right. So like how important is exercise to you guys?
I think it's really important. I actually just bought a new mountain bike. One of my buddies is moving to California, and I was like looking at the 2 bikes in his garage. He's like, dude, I don't want to move any of this shit. He's like, I was like, what do you want for it? Really, really nice. Like, it was $3,000 worth of bikes. I paid $100 to him. He's like, I'd take him. He does really well. His wife does really well. He's like, just take him. So I'm like, I love mountain biking. I love walking my dog. I love going out and going to the gym. I work out at Club Fitness, and it's like, I'm not one of those kind of guys that just wants to like go and like lift and bench press like the whole world. But it's important to get your cardio up. It's important to keep your heart in shape. It's important to, keep your stomach thin and just focus on you, because it's not just the fact that you're keeping yourself in good physical condition. That helps my mental health. And when I'm keeping myself in mental health, like, I feel like I'm doing something that's good for me, and it helps me. So I think it's one of the most important things that somebody can do is exercise in some way.
What do you think, Snoopy? Do you do a lot of exercise, and now that or you stay the same?
Stay the same.
Stay the same.
I used to walk a lot. Right now, I don't want to do that right now.
Mhm.
Because I guess I saw myself this size. I said, wow, I'm going to chill for a while. I want to go back walking, but it's not the most important thing right now in my life. I can walk,
So after your surgeries and everything, and after your diagnosis, the doctors didn't tell you once you start getting your strength, you need to constantly keep up exercising or anything like that?
No.
Okay.
They want you to just take it easy, gradually get your health back.
Mhm.
You choose to do that, you can, but remember, you're weak.
Right.
You can't do like you used to.
Right. And I was coming to, like after you get your strength back. So
Okay.
like let me ask you this. What is the turnaround for like a surgery like that? Like, is it 6 months to a year? Is it a year to a lifetime? What is the turnaround for like the healing process physically? You know what I'm saying?
It's really depends on the person. Everybody's different.
Right. Okay.
Right. And what, it keeps in my mindset, you had the most aggressive cancer. You could have been out of here.
Mm-hmm.
I said, oh, right now they call me a miracle. I said, what? A miracle? I can't, because, I guess it's only, I think only 5% of people survive that cancer. I said,
yeah, Patrick Swayze didn't.
Yeah, he sure didn't. He sure didn't.
Patrick, he had pancreatic cancer. He did.
Yeah.
What I want to know is, so I'm sitting here doing COVID, and I'm like reading all. As a matter of fact, I think we did maybe as we came out of the biggest time of COVID. I think we actually did a show on the fact, because we thought it was crazy, the fact that people were the hospitals were filled with COVID patients, and people who had cancer were having to take a second seat to people who had COVID, and you couldn't see the doctor. You could, like, did you experience any of that? Because I thought it was crazy, like these people with this stage 4, stage 5 cancer, like they can't go see the doctor because the doctor is telling them I'm
Yeah.
sorry I can't see you because I got to go see about these COVID patients. Did you
No.
experience any of
Oh
that?
no, because thank God, excuse me, thank God I was in the service, and it's totally different over there than in
In a regular.
oh my
regular
God, yeah,
Yep.
yeah, it's
Yep.
totally different. You know,
Mhm.
you because of one thing, you were in the service.
Right.
You know, you did your service for the country, so you're treated like a star, I guess. You know.
Yeah, that's with certain things.
Yeah.
That's with certain things.
Because my mother said, you got to go to service. I said, why? You're not gonna work. You can't stay home and do nothing. So I said, I'll go to service. Glad I did. That's the most smartest thing I ever did in service. Cause I got health care now, you know.
Mhm.
I really never thought about that when you're younger, about having insurance. You don't think about that.
Because when we're younger, when we're younger, we think we're immortal. You know, we can run through walls.
Right.
Like I mean, some that I said that really pierced through my heart is when we did that. I remember that episode, sister, that we did about that, and it was a white guy, and his wife was actually going through cancer, and
Mhm.
he had to take her to the doctor. She had stage 4 cancer, and they told her that she has to go home because they needed the bed for COVID. When she went home a week later, she was dead because they thought that COVID overruled cancer. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, sister, that he filed a lawsuit against them, that hospital.
Yeah, he went cuckoo.
Yeah,
He went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. He
yeah,
did. He was crazy.
because he was like, ain't no way. How you gonna tell me that something that just came on the scene that just really didn't come on the scene? You just made it more aggressive because coronavirus has always been there, you know. So you're gonna tell me and send my wife home because of this? Yeah, so I am glad. I'm glad to say this. I am glad that people have the wherewithal to go do what they need to do and to make sure that they are healthy and trying to better themselves and come out of things. I employ everybody to go to the doctor. It's so much free stuff out here that you can go get done. You know what I'm saying? Go see about yourself, because shoot, you don't want to be a walking death sentence, and you don't know,
Right.
It's somebody else when somebody else don't know, but when you yourself don't know,
Right.
yeah, you don't know what's going on with you. I mean, some people are so in tune with their body that they can feel changes. You know, everybody is not in tune like that, where they are like, this is wrong. Shoot, my left eye is getting kind of blurry. What's going on? You know, small things or whatever. But yeah,
I guess they're scared for the answer they might get. You know?
yeah.
Yeah.
It was like me with the dentist. Like, I was scared that I was gonna have cavities and have to get drilled, and people get anxiety like crazy to go to the dentist. But my dad is a fucking warrior. My dad was diagnosed with chronic lymphocytic leukemia 10 years ago, and he goes to Siteman Cancer Center at BJC every 6 months, and he does his tests. And he also has type 2 diabetes. You know, my dad you would never know it because he doesn't tell anybody. He doesn't want people to like pat him on the back or pray for him. He goes and he does it, and he always like texts. We have a group called FAM, and he always tells us like, hey, numbers came back great. He got an experimental drug. They were like, we don't know if it's gonna work or not, but it's $140,000 a year if he was gonna pay for it out of pocket. My dad's like, he's like, I can't afford that shit. And they're like, well, if you try it, we think it's gonna work, but we think it's gonna be a good try. And he's like, yeah, screw it. He's like, I got nothing to fucking lose. Let's go. And he's been just exceeding so well through everything. And you know, I was over at my mom and dad's last night for my birthday dinner, and dude, he's lost like, he was pushing 300 pounds, and he's down to like, I think he's down to like 230 now. He's looking good. He's healthy. His energy levels are up. And I'm so proud of him because that is a massive battle. I cannot imagine what that
So
means walking.
I want to answer some of your questions you had earlier. Okay, so the BMI chart was formulated in the 1830s by a person named Lambert Adolphe Jacques Quetelet. I'm saying it wrong, I'm sure. He was a Belgian astronomer, mathematician, and statistician and socialist. I'm sorry, sociologist. This was in the 1830s. So you divide the weight of a person in kilograms by their height in meters squared. That's how it's derived. So it was simply a math thing formula that this Belgian created. But I want to tell you about the growth chart. The growth chart was created in the 1700s by a Frenchman who just decided to chart his son's growth. He was like, you know how you had a chart, you do the little lines on the little. Okay, so he charted his son's growth until he was 18. And that's how the initial growth chart was created. Okay. But here's some more history on that growth chart that I think you all will find very interesting. So the growth chart was also used for slavery. Oops. Go figure.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
Right. This is how they determined the amount a slave was worth.
It's crazy. They're probably just, you know, like, what jobs, you know, and forgive me, you know, Fire and Ice, you guys know I am the opposite of a racist, but it's like, you know, how strong is that boy gonna be? You know, and that's what it was.
Let me bring it to you 21st century.
Please don't fucking punch me.
The NFL Combine.
Yeah.
Who can run the fastest? Who can jump the highest? The Combine.
You're exactly right. You know, and man,
so that chart was produced in the late 18th century by a Frenchman. And y'all, okay. Yeah, y'all see, I end up doing this, looking up the stats, and then I get mad before I could. Now I'm angry before I can tell y'all the story of the chart. Okay. So they also used it in okay, so token white guy, please do not apologize for your peoples, okay? Did you hear what I said? I used a colloquialism there. I still got my black card. Listen what I said. Please do not apologize for your peoples.
That means
do I get to retain my black card?
You got it. You keep the card.
That was black enough.
Oh, okay.
My peoples.
For my peoples. Okay. All right.
Hey, you are my brother, and you are my sister. Both of you are my brothers. You are my sister. I don't care. I don't see color. I don't see it that way. You guys know how I am.
Okay, listen, y'all. Okay. So the British society becoming aware of inequities in their society. And it was highlighted by child labor, right? So they had these different factory acts. Y'all know y'all history. Well, okay, some of y'all don't. Some of y'all learn y'all history over here, same rhetoric. But anyway, okay. So they used this chart even at that time for their child labor when they measuring the children labor.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, British people they just use these charts for labor and money.
Well, I mean, that's the name of the game. You know, we
So how much
understand
money is your doctor getting to kickback for using the chart to tell you that you're overweight? Now
exactly.
that's my question.
Exactly.
That's my question.
Exactly. Just like you ain't got the flu. Everything is COVID. Well, you know, he lost his head. Well, that's COVID. What? Like, hey, his finger fell off. Well, COVID. Like, man, they get so much money for saying that and putting that diagnosis on people. It's just ridiculous. It's just
So
like, go ahead, sis.
this guy named Francis Galton, around the same time, he was studying how to qualify physical differences between individuals across families and generations.
Mhm.
So since the 1900s, people have been classifying Black folks as pig eating,
Mhm.
heart attack ridden,
Mhm.
Watermelon
eating,
chicken eating. Black eyed peas eating.
Not just
cornbread eating. Mashed potato eating.
Red soda drinking.
Oh,
red soda and red Kool-Aid.
knee high drinking.
Krispy Kreme eating.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's Shipley's down here.
You were fucking killing me right now.
Hog maw eating.
Pig
Pig feet eating.
Snoot.
Chicken and dumpling eating.
Okay.
Go ahead.
They use the same thing to chart sight and hearing, strength, speed, breathing, arm span of the slave, span,
Football.
height, weight.
Can you football? Arm span. Football.
You know, they got mad at Colin. We did a show on that too. They got mad at Colin because he talked about that arm span.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Okay, y'all like, subscribe, follow, please.
Insane Rhetoric is looking for the sure sponsor of Starbucks coffee. Starbucks, give us a shout. We will promote your coffee.
Starbucks. I'm gonna click my heels 3 times. Starbucks.
Then you got to go to take it to church, Eric. Lord, Starbucks.
Hallelujah. Shabba-dabba-doo.
Coming in the Honda.
Your catchphrase, girl. I love it.
Okay. What y'all think about these numbers? What y'all think about these stats?
I think that it has always held true. The whole thing of slavery has always been the same. And you know, the players may change, but the game is still the same. You know, so I don't doubt that. I don't discount that at all. You know what they can do, how their physicality is, what they can't do, where they fall short. Like, okay, so one of the movies I love was Django. If y'all all seen
Which
Django,
version of Django?
the one with Jamie Foxx, not the
Django
original,
Unchained with Jamie
with
Foxx
the
and
with,
yeah,
Oh, okay.
with
Because
Jamie Foxx.
Django, they had Django, the original
What?
was white dude.
dude,
Yeah,
that
I
movie.
remember. I remember.
Oh,
So
okay.
so like when they did Django, the revised version, and they was in the fight on the floor, and they was talking about um what's your boy Capra, what's his name?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Leonardo. So once he got to a certain point, he was talking about the back of a black man's skull and how a certain part talks about where he learns and how his capability is. And talking about if you crush that, then you can keep him in under this slavery for a amount of time. And I disagree with that. I highly disagree with that. But it was just to show their depiction on a certain part of the mind where if you manipulate that, then you can control them. That goes back to the Louisiana Purchase and Willie Lynch. You know what I'm saying? If you do this and this and this, you can keep them enslaved. So I mean, I agree with every number that you said. And to do things and keep people under subjection, I don't doubt that at all. And even to this day, so I mean, that's why I say that's one of the reasons people don't want to go to the doctor, black people. That's why one of the reasons, like, your grandma would be like, put some Vic salve on your chest and then just let your chest breathe, and it'll get rid of everything that ails you.
Your 4'5" grandmama that you went to grocery shop with.
Go ahead and get you some old granddaddy and then put you some tea together and make you a hot toddy and just sweat it all out. Well, everything you can't sweat out.
You can put some Windex on it like they did in my big fat Greek wedding.
Oh my God.
Ooh.
I'll tell you.
The daddy in my big fat Greek wedding.
Uh-huh.
That character, everything. You got hurt. Go get the Windex. Got hurt. Put some Windex on it. Everything was cured by putting some Windex on it. That sounds like Mr. Orange Hair saying we can drink the. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. That's how we was gonna get rid of COVID.
That's
You
right.
remember Mr. Orange Hair? He said we was gonna drink the
Disinfectant.
Drink bleach and you'll get rid of COVID. What? You gonna die? You gonna definitely get rid of COVID.
Yeah.
You definitely gonna get rid of it. And
Just
you
take a shot of bleach.
Hey, boy, you
So
crazy.
what's the solution? What's the solution, guys? Like, we in the man cave. Okay, yeah, I'm in the man cave. But so we're in the man cave, guys. What's the solution? What do we tell men of any ethnicity? What do we tell them? What do we need to say to get them to go to the doctor?
Hell, if you don't know, if you don't go, you don't know. So you're a ticking time bomb for yourself.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
go.
I think, be compassionate when you talk to the guy or girl, put yourself in their shoes, it's not cause, what you got to, when you got to do it for somebody. I did it for my wife. I did it for my grandchild. You got to do it for something that you love, because you ain't gonna do it for yourself. So do it for somebody that you love,
And that's a problem. That's psychological too, because you think about it. Why wouldn't I want myself to be happy and be healthy? I'm gonna do what I gotta do for me first, and then for everybody. Because if I don't do it for me, I ain't gonna be here. So won't nobody benefit anyway. So I agree with what Snoopy's saying. I think you got to do it for somebody, but I think first it starts with you. You know what I'm saying? You need to know the value of you. Some people think that we have been undervalued as men and black men or as a race in general, but you gotta know the value of you. You gotta know the value of self. It's a thing And in the street that we say self-preservation is the first rule of nature. If you can't take care of yourself, you can't take care of nobody. So you first gotta know how to take care of self. You know what I'm saying? And then everything else stems out of that. I just believe you just if you got a friend that's going through some struggles or what have you, hey, like Snoopy say, be kind to them, be nice to them, and show yourself to be a true friend, regardless of what they're going through. If they don't want to talk about it, don't force them.
No, don't do that. No.
Don't force them. If they do want to talk about it, shut up and listen,
Right.
because they
But
ain't
but
looking.
here's my question for you though. Men are taught not to be emotional.
Oh, I was just.
So go ahead. You want
I
to
was
say
going to bring it up. You ask the question. I'll respond.
men are taught to not be emotional. Men are taught to be strong. Men are taught to protect and provide. Men are taught to kind of just keep their feelings under wraps and make sure everyone else is righteous. So if he's not talking because he's taking care of everything, how are you going to how are you I mean, Snoopy's wife had no choice but to get Brody because it was becoming physical. Like she could see it. He
Mhm.
wasn't talking about it. He thought he was okay. Maybe he didn't think he was okay, but even if he didn't think, he wasn't saying anything. She had to get Brody after it was becoming physical. And then she had to probably say some things she probably didn't necessarily want to say, but she had to give Brody in order for him to listen.
Well, that's the thing with men. Sometimes you got to stand on their toes so they'll stand down. But you need to know when to do that though. And like the difference between Snoopy and his wife, it's his wife. But when you're not married to somebody, you don't
Right.
know when to step on somebody's toes and say, "Hey, look, you need to do this."
Exactly.
You just gotta make that suggestion. Hey, man, you might want to go check out this and that because you're looking kind of different. You know what I'm saying? You say something. But sometimes a friend, you don't want to say nothing. But no, then you ain't a friend. Say something.
Matthew, I'm talking white guy, you had something to say.
Yeah. So, excuse me. Men are always viewed to be warriors. They're always viewed to be provider. Not always by everybody, but you're supposed to be the warrior. You're supposed to be the provider, the protector. And God forbid you fucking cry in front of a woman or you show emotion. I had a girl that I was talking to, and she was like, you're so emotional, like you're crying. I'm like, yeah, my grandpa just passed away. Like, I'm allowed to show emotion. If I'm struggling, if I'm stressed out, I'm allowed to come home and I just want to be quiet. But, guys they're viewed in so many different ways by different women. And no offense to you, Ice. It's just like, you're expected to be this, like, king riding in on a horse, and, you got your sword and ready to go to war every single day. But sometimes it's just like, it's not always the case. I will step up and I will be your shield. I will be your protector, and I will be there when you're down. I'll pick you up. But sometimes you don't get the reciprocation on the other end, and it's so tough because it's like, I've been through some shit. I've been through some battles. I have fought many, many, not actual wars, but wars with myself. And guys are just, I think an emotional guy, somebody who is comfortable with sharing how he feels and showing his weaknesses, is one of the strongest people out there.
That's the only way you can have a complete package. You know what I'm saying? If you think that nothing affects you, Snoopy can tell you. Like when I hear bad news about different things, I shake it quick. I just go on and move. It's not that it doesn't affect me, but if I dwell on it, it's gonna start causing me not to be able to do what I need to do. Ice knows me personally. I told her about when my uncle passed away, and he was one of the guys that taught me everything I know about business, him and my sister. And Snoopy also knows. And one thing I had to do was go over to the house where my uncle was while he was yet on the machine, and basically got the call from my mother that he was dying. So I went down there and met my sister, and while we was just basically waiting on him to take his last breath, I mean, just I'm sitting in the house doing this, and then all of a sudden he does. We called the coroner. The worst breakdown that I had that I did not show is watching this man being zipped up in a leather bag. Then I turn around and have to eulogize my own uncle.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, eulogize my own uncle. I make it through the whole service without shedding a tear. I leave out immediately, go down to the steps going toward the bathroom and toward the inside the funeral home, and fall to pieces. You can't tell me that a man doesn't cry, because a man who doesn't cry ain't no man.
No, he's not. I
So, I mean, we got to deal with hardships, but the best thing to know is like, I appreciate Snoopy. I appreciate him because he went and found out. He, we could have not been having this show.
Does all the silence add to the stress that later adds to the heart attack and the this and the that? Does all of or is it like a chain reaction?
I think it is.
Yeah.
because
I would
because because as men, as we sit up and just excuse me, we constantly push things down in us, you know what I'm saying, that we should be dealing with as it comes, but we don't know how to deal with certain situations as it comes. So we just push it down and ignore it. But then, like you said, Ice, that brings on hypertension. It brings on stress. It brings on sickness. And then once that is full grown in a person, eventually you're going to have an outbreak of something, and it's going to affect your health. Because you're not saying something and trying to find out about it, I highly agree. I highly agree. Silence is a deadly killer.
So what do we say to men? What do we say to men to get them to talk? What do
to
we
not be afraid to show your emotion. Like, I've cried to my dad. I cried in front of my mom when she found me when I was drinking and I was on the verge of death.
What do we say about counseling? Is that are men don't want to go to counseling either? I
No,
don't
they
care
don't.
if it's marriage
No, they
counseling.
don't.
I don't care
No,
if
they
it's
don't.
Yeah, they like,
No.
no, they don't want to do that.
why.
I actually
Why?
see a therapist.
Because I mean, like Token White Guy said, it's viewed as weakness. Like, how you gonna tell me about what's going on with me? You don't even know me. But they see it as a form of counseling, as a form of sickness instead of a form of health. Like here we go. In black families, baby, you ain't gotta go talk to nobody. Go over there on Big Mama's house and
Yeah,
talk to
Big
Granny.
Mama be
And
taking care of everything.
Big Mama gonna tell you how everything gonna be all right, and just yeah, but some things Big Mama wasn't qualified for.
Right.
I'm not
Okay.
gonna lie.
They said take it to Jesus.
Right.
But Jesus gave this man education to help you.
Exactly.
And go ahead.
Go ahead, talking white guy.
No, I mean, I take all my problems to Jesus, and he, and God, and they've lifted every problem I've had. They've answered every one of my prayers. They work with me.
So Jesus told you to go to the counselor.
I do go see a therapist, and I'm not scared to admit it.
Okay,
I
there
never
you
thought
go,
I would.
Snoopy.
That wasn't the question. The question was, did Jesus tell you audibly to go to the
Not audibly, but I felt emotions. I'm like,
Okay.
all right, some help. So go talk to somebody who can help you.
Okay. Cause I got a problem now. If Jesus coming down here to see about you, it ain't coming to see about
Jesus.
like, I got
Jesus.
a problem.
Oh, okay.
Is
I
Jesus
told you
just
about
talking
the
to the
fucking
white
share.
people? Is Jesus just talking to the white people? Like, you need to go and see somebody.
I see white
You
people.
want to talk to Jesus? Come over to my house. He'll come over.
No, don't go to his house now. We can't be scaring Granny with all these random people showing up.
Like, who is this?
I was watching one of the shows on a run back with Grandma, and she was laughing. She's like, they are two of the funniest people. That she loved it. I mean,
We love Granny too. We love Granny too.
Granny's like, those are two really sweet people. I love that, Fire talks about the Bible and he quotes it, and she's like, that she didn't mean to say it. She goes, that character Ice is just a sweetheart. I'm like, she's not a character. She's a real person. She has an actual name, but forgive her. She's 86 years old.
Granny watching this same rhetoric. Go ahead, Granny.
That's what's up. But I just think and believe that if you are friends with somebody, you can say something, and they respect your opinion, and hopefully they take it to heart. Just to let you know that men have issues just like everybody else have issues, and it's harder to breaking down a man is like breaking down the Berlin Wall. It's gonna take time. It wasn't erected overnight, and it wasn't tore down overnight. It's like you gotta be close to that person for them to actually hear you. That's what.
Okay, I got a question. I got a question. I'm asking for a friend. I'm asking for a friend.
Here we go.
Off to the races.
Here we go.
What do you suggest? What do you suggest a friend does for another friend, or what can a friend say to another friend who happen to be a male? That's why I'm asking this question. What can a person say to a friend who is extremely claustrophobic and they're getting on the airplane?
Come on, girl. Get it out. I've been in a lot of tight places, as you know.
What can a friend say to a male friend who is extremely claustrophobic, but they didn't bring their medication with them on this trip, their anxiety medication? They did not bring this anxiety medication with them on this trip that they took. So they're in the tunnel having a moment. When it's all said and done, what can this friend say to encourage this claustrophobic anxiety person to always have the anxiety medication with them?
Well, I got a suggestion. So the next time that they have an outbreak or outburst, it is an outbreak. It is an outbreak and outburst. So next time they have an outburst, pull out your phone and record the incident. And then when they calm down and you get together, you show it to them. This is how you were acting without without your medication. Please don't let's not let this happen again. Because sometimes people don't know what's going on with them when they're having anxiety attacks and different panic attacks. They don't know how they look. But if you record them
They
and
don't
show
know
it
what
to
they
them,
say either.
they don't know what they say either.
Yeah.
So if you
And they
record
can't
them,
help it. They don't know what they say because they're
right?
going
So
through it.
right. So if you record them and show them this is what was happening while you was going through. So it is imperative that you bring your medication the next time we go anywhere, or you won't be going nowhere with me.
I've had to figure out ways to get through my anxiety. You know, I have not had a panic attack in over 2 years now. And sometimes I just got to be like, all right, buddy, we're going to get through this. Just calm down and breathe. You know, like claustrophobia, we were talking about the arch going up in there when ICE was in St. Louis. And I know, Ryan, you don't want to go up in that eggshell fire.
I mean, I didn't did it before.
I was like, sometimes you just got to just
yeah.
breathe and just be like, you know, everything's going to be okay. And you just got to power through it. Because my doctor won't give me Xanax. He won't give me anything that's a benzo because of my alcoholism. So I had to figure out ways to get around that.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Yeah.
all right, sometimes, and this is when you got to say, you just got to fucking man up.
Edibles.
Well, so here's part two, and then we probably need to get up out of here, but here's part two, Snoopy. So what if your traveling companion forgot their medication and you give them edibles, but it probably didn't work or it made it worse?
I would say something on this.
I'm asking for a friend.
Listen, I would say something on this show, but because I'm in the state that I'm in right now, campaigning, I can't say what I want to say. But you know the next thing that I'm thinking about. Instead of the edibles, you need to do something else. Now you put
You're
the
talking about
pieces where
heroin
they-
or cocaine?
Neither.
How do you calm yourself down, Ronnie?
How do I calm myself down?
Either of you. Any
I
of you.
don't have a problem with getting on the plane.
I don't have anxiety problems.
Me neither.
I'm one of them people that be like, yeah, all right, whatever.
I'm afraid of heights. So if I can't go around it, I either don't go, or those who are closest to me know if I'm in a car and I'm getting ready to go over one of those bridges that goes like this, and it's like this, and it's high in the air, and I can see the drop off point. So you might be on the phone with me and I'm in the car and I'm going,
You know what? I'm
Okay.
gonna keep do that. Let's go. I'll strap up with you and let's go jump out of a plane. We'll do parachute.
So,
See,
so
that's what-
my closest friends that I'm on the phone with, they the first thing they say is, "You must be on the bridge."
Yeah, see,
And then I go, "Yeah," and they go, "Okay." Then they start trying to talk me down off the ledge, like they distract my attention. If I go to a place where there's like there's one of my children, I won't go to inside their apartment because the stairs going up, you can see through the stairs.
Oh, you got one of them Gone with the Wind staircases.
Yeah. So I won't go up that. I'm not gonna go over one of those bridges like that. Like, I'm not gonna do it. I'll wait for y'all to come back.
So I'm like, since you asking for a friend, I'm like, How do you be in the military and jump out of stuff, but then you got a problem with being in enclosed areas?
Because oh,
I'm just asking for a friend.
right.
like, like I know the sky is open, but I mean, I'm just. You had the mental capacity to jump out of something. You don't have the mental capacity to sit still in something.
I've got to find the video, but there was a picture, video that they took of me when I was on a plane. They opened up the back, and I just was like, "Bye," and I just jumped out backwards. And
Yeah, I mean, if you got the wherewithal to do that, I mean, you got the wherewithal to settle yourself. You know what I'm saying?
So I asked the question because I want to know how are we talking about men's health, and I wanted to know how I could help my friend help their friend, because I'm asking for a friend.
I mean, you need to roll up like fruit roll-ups.
I'm gonna go get some of those today.
I
can't say it no other way than that.
My friend is trying to help their friend who happens to be a man, and they suffer greatly with anxiety.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is always having somebody you can talk to when you're going through stuff. Like you said, you know, ice going over a bridge. You're like, woo, you know.
Well, it's a lot louder than that, but
yeah.
All right, I'm getting ready to wake up Granny right now. She's not.
Don't wake up Granny.
Woo!
Oh!
I know.
I promise it's a lot louder than that.
I just had an Alabama flashback.
Don't do it. Don't do it, fire.
So,
don't do it.
I would just say, like, you just got to learn to like breathe and just say, like, things are gonna be fine, you know. And if you can't get through it on your own, have people that you can lean on. If he's a friend of yours, just tell him, like, hey,
I'm gonna tell my friend to tell their friend.
They can call me. I don't give a shit. I'll talk them through it. I'll tell them jokes.
Listen. Until I'm gonna say this, and then we go get out of here because I know it's almost the time.
Oh, grandma!
Y'all know I gotta go teach my class. Come on here.
Until a person is ready to look at themselves and figure out what's wrong, they won't take nobody's help. And I'm telling you this from just being around different types of people. It's just like a person who's an addict. Until they feel that they're at their bottom and they have to face themselves and whatever their addiction is or whatever their problem is, they ain't gonna take nobody's help. We could say what we want to say to them and try to coach them along, but until they see them, they ain't gonna respond. You know.
Last word, token white guy.
I want to say,
not a last dissertation, a last word.
I just want to say, I'm grateful to be here on this show. I love y'all. And that's probably the whitest way I could say that. Y'all.
Yeah, y'all.
But,
okay, I'm so glad to still retain my white card because I say y'all all the time. Thank you.
Show it. Yep, you got it.
Yeah.
No, I'm grateful to be here. I
just be quiet. We bonding. We white people that's bonding. So
I love being here. I love this. 6:30 in the morning on a Saturday is early to be up. I get up at 6. Love it. But I think it was a powerful meeting, you know, powerful podcast. But, you know, I love seeing you guys every day. And I'm grateful to be here. And my birthday is coming up on Thursday. So 34 years old.
Who?
How old?
34.
What? I got children older than you.
Do what?
I got children older than you. I'm old enough to be your mama. Oh,
maybe girl, that's not my problem.
Keep going.
Go ahead, Snoopy. Closing words, man. What you think, man? Say something to the people.
Last words.
One word: grateful. I'm just grateful to be alive. Because I could have been gone, you know. And when I meet people, you know, they want to give me a handshake. I said, no, hug. Show them love. show me love, you know, because you don't know when you're gonna go.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing about God. He can
Right.
just pull your ticket
Right.
anytime. It's like you never know.
Right. He knows what he's doing. He don't care
Yeah,
about you. He don't care about you. What you want to
Wait,
do.
what you want to do?
Right. He said, I need you now. Come on. Because
Mhm.
I ain't ready to see my mama yet.
You know, you got them folks. I'm ready. I'm ready. But when we push you in the casket, you ain't ready. What are you doing? I thought you said you was ready.
Right.
All right, take us out of here.
So we have had an awesome time here on Insane Rhetoric.
The upper room.
The upper room. We have had a great time here on Insane Rhetoric. We want to thank you for joining us, and remember to like, subscribe, follow, and you can check this out on YouTube Live. As soon as we go off, it will be up, it will be trending. You can check it out, send it to your people. Just like, subscribe, and follow. We're going to let you know that we're on all platforms. Google, iTunes, Amazon Music. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on Twitter. We're on every platform that you can think of. Insane Rhetoric with a K. If you can spell Insane Rhetoric with a K, then you can find us anywhere. That's Insane Rhetoric with a K. You can find us anywhere. And remember that at midnight, change will happen. Change can happen. It's only 12 midnight for 1 minute, 60 seconds, and you're in a new day. And just remember to enjoy the ride that is Insane Rhetoric, and we out of here. Peace.
Bye, y'all.
Love
Later.
y'all.